Hey everyone, my dad and I, we are going to Walmart. My dad is here visiting. Say hello, Dad.
Hello.
Just say hello, they can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, that's it. That's my dad. We're heading to Walmart today, just for a little trip. So I just wanted to touch base with you before I do my makeup today. That's our little outing, and then I'll get to do my makeup. So Dad, if you're to tell any of my friends who are watching me right now, what do I mean to you? Who am I to you?
My daughter.
Okay, you gotta talk loud, they gotta hear.
My daughter.
Okay. And if somebody were to ask you...
lovely daughter too.
Right. So if somebody were to ask you, what do you want people to know about your daughter? What would you say?
Well,
you have to talk loud.
I would like to please because you behaving and be a nice person, be a nice daughter for your father.
Okay.
And father, be a nice father for my daughter.
Okay. And if you wanted to tell somebody out there who don't have a father, or their father have passed, or their father is not in their life, what kind of advice would you want to give them?
Well, I would advise we have to go one day, but at the same time, you should have a nice picture to always remind you. You don't have to like bring down yourself.
Right.
But have a nice picture and then always remind your dad or mom.
Okay. Yep, that's what I tell people. I love my dad to death. I have my dad's smile. When I smile, it's my dad. My dad and I have been hanging out since as long as I can remember.
Oh boy, you better believe that.
When you come from St. Thomas to visit, you'd always show up at the house no matter what time it is. You'd wake me up and say, Bill, Dad is in town.
And then
tomorrow we're going to go to the capital, which is Rosewood. And stuff like that. So I always tell people that. I tell people I was loved. I've always been loved by both my mom and my dad. I mean, you all didn't know, how people to love you all the way, but Dada loved us so much, which is my grandmother, which is your mom. So I try to share that love with the people who watch me. I try to tell them, this is me. This is the real me. I don't fake. If I have something to tell you, I will tell you. But that doesn't prevent me from being your friend.
Before I forget.
Right.
The first he could be meet them days vehicle. Watch it because
I can see it. I'm watching.
He was delayed to make.
Yeah, because he doesn't. It's not his turn to make a turn. That's why. Yeah.
From the time which of course them days was miles away.
Yeah.
The vehicle taking late, but the first stop is bump. I will give you extra or whatever, or this, and then I come and wake you up.
Yeah.
I say school or not, I know you like your school, and I know you supposed to. And then I say tomorrow. I am here tomorrow. We're going to town.
Yep, and that's what we did.
And when we go to town, you know how to maneuver yourself. You know where to meet me. Yep. And then here you are. Go and do your shopping. Finish, come back. That's what
I tell people I've always been somebody who speak my mind, say how I feel. I don't have to get mad with you. I just tell you how I feel.
Definitely.
And I'm a very genuine person. That's why I tell people I love people. But if somebody pisses me off, I will tell them. I'll let them know. Exactly.
It's the same thing I keep telling people.
So again, to my friends who are watching, what do you want to tell them? Since we just arrived to Walmart. So now listen to my dad. He's gonna say something. And my dad is a wonderful guy. Take a look at him. Here he is.
To tell them the truth.
Yep.
I love that child from the time she born, and I never give up. And she herself, when she have all her senses, she never give up on me.
Yep.
I never left her behind.
I love my papa. I love my dad. That's why I tell you all, it is so real. Take a look at both of us together. This is my dad. You see my dad? You see the smile? We have the smile. It is just such a nice thing. So I just wanted to tell you all, this is my dad. This is who I've been bragging about all the time in my video. He have given me all his love, and now it's my turn to pour into him. So I'll talk to you all soon. Bye. Good morning, all my friends and all my family on YouTube. I just cut this papaya in half, so my dad and I are going to enjoy a few slices outside in the backyard. He already had his tea. He already had his tea and his medication. I'm still having my tea. I'm having just black tea, no sugar. That's how I like it. So today I'm having red rose. Last night we had pure peppermint, and we've done, this is the second box we have finished. We finished a lemon ginger and this one is a peppermint, but I have backups like I tell you. So we'll be doing that, and the stay will be longer this time. I still in night clothes, haven't washed my face, haven't brushed my teeth, haven't done anything. I haven't even filmed a makeup video yet. Things are dicey on this side, but they are better. If I have food in my teeth, excuse that. Like I say, I just had toast with him and a cup of tea. We each had toast. No, I made him half an orange, one kiwi, 2 slices of toast, and a cup of tea. He likes that kind of stuff. Yesterday he had strawberries, blueberries, orange, and toast. That was what he had yesterday. Today he just had something simple. I already cook. I've cooked and I put it in the fridge. So every day I just take the bowl and warm it up. I section all the food already, so I don't have to do that today. But I just want to give you all an update. Things has been busy, crazy, and you know I like to keep it real on this channel. My stepmom arrived, and when she arrived, we already knew she had to go see I am peeling the papaya, so I'm keeping track of what I'm doing while I'm talking to you. So that's what I'm looking down. And we already knew she had to go to a cardiologist because her doctors in St. Thomas had told her she might need a pacemaker. And they arrived. I took her to her appointment, and from her appointment they sent us straight to emergency. So I took her to the emergency room because they say she needs that pacemaker like yesterday, because she suffers from high blood pressure. I'm taking 4 slices so we can sit outside for a little while to enjoy. So they told her, they situated her. I gave them my information because again they live in St. Thomas. My dad comes up once a year for checkup, but she usually does her checkup down there. She comes up ever so often. The last time she was there was in 2019, so it was nice to see them. But so I had to explain to my dad what's going on, because there's also another situation with my dad which I'll go into a little bit more when I'm doing a sit down, but I'm just giving you all a quick run of what's going on for the last week in my life. So they take her in, they check her put her on the machine to check her pressure, pulse. You know how they hook you up in the thing. Okay, now I have 4 slices of papaya. Let me wash my. I still have a little bit of tea that I need to drink before I go sit outside with him for the papaya. So let me do that. Okay, that's done. If I go outside and sit with him, let me finish this section. So he gave her some medicine to help the pressure level up. The minute the blood pressure got to where it was supposed to be, she started crashing, like crashing. Everything changed so fast. And they had to come and take her in to hurry up, do the pacemaker. So they did the pacemaker and she's fine. I took my dad to see her. He was so happy to see her the next day. He was, hugging her up because it's 2 of them down there. She works, and when she come home, it's 2 of them. It's always 2 of them. So he was so happy to see her. That done, and then all the tests they needed to do before the pacemaker, because they went to do tests to check her tubes, her valves, make sure everything was okay before. So when they go, they can just do everything. But because she was crashing, they couldn't do it. Come to find out, her high blood pressure was what keeping her alive, because she didn't have many symptoms. It was only one she felt like she was breathing heavy, and when she went to her cardiologist in St. Thomas, they told her, she have low heart rate, she'll need a pacemaker. So ladies, men, and even children nowadays, it's affecting. If something does not feel right, please go check. If something is out of place, go check. If you have high blood pressure, try to maintain it. If, it is so sad how, we don't have insurance out here in this world, that people cannot go to a doctor and check themselves, and by the time they get there, it's too late. But my stepmom does have insurance. She goes to the doctor all the time. This just started happening like about December. So that's how fast. But all along, silent things was happening in the background that didn't give me any symptoms. So our yearly checkup is important. Our tests are important, and it's very expensive out there to have that. So I'm asking everyone who can afford it to go out there and check yourself. If you have high blood pressure, pay attention, because high blood pressure and diabetes is destroying the heart, the kidney, the lungs, everything on the inside. And by the time you figure it out, it's already late or too late. My mom had the same issue. She had a pacemaker and a defibrillator because she had high blood pressure and diabetes. Her organs were good except the heart. Everything else was good except the heart. But then in the end there, with all the medication she'd been taking over the years, the kidneys were failing. And, one thing leads to another and stuff like that. But my stepmom, the pacemaker worked because the reason why she was having the out of breath stuff, the left ventricle was not connected to the right ventricle, so they were beating separate. So the pacemaker now make them beat together. Fast forward the day after her pacemaker, they run tests to make sure everything is fine, because now they can actually do the test they needed to do before she went into that crashing moment. When they run it, they realize she have blockage. So she has to have open heart surgery. My dad, I have never seen my dad cry. I don't remember I've seen my dad cry. But in this week, my dad have cried so many times. And she had open heart surgery. It was done. I took my dad to see her. She's on all kinds of machine. Everything is coming out from everywhere. My dad broke down and cried. So I tell him, I say, you can touch her head, because she didn't have anything. So I tell him, you can touch her head and talk to her. I say, she's out, she can't, but talk to her. So he did. So he talked to her. We stayed there. We can only get 5 minutes, but they give us 10, because I had to explain to them my dad. And they gave us 10, and he watched her, and then we came home. Now, on my dad. My dad has early set Alzheimer's, dementia. He knows a lot of stuff, but he tends to forget certain things, and he'll ask you the same thing over and over and over and over and over. So this is what's going on behind the scenes. I have to tell him the same thing 100 times, and guess what? It is okay, because I love my dad, and I will answer him 10,000 times if that's what's going to make him feel better. You know what I mean? If that is going to make him feel better, I will answer him. So he knows what's going on when he's there, but once we leave, he asks. Like, we came back from the ICU yesterday, and as soon halfway home, he tell me, can we call her? I'm like, no, she can't talk. We just saw, and he's like, oh yeah, and this is what I am doing right now. It have not progressed to the point where it's bad. But whenever you move him from one place to the next, he gets confused, and it takes a little while to get him. So I'm hoping he's getting to rest a little. But this is where we are. So pray for my stepmom for healing, and pray for my dad that it won't get any worse. And if it does get any worse, my stepmom will be able to handle it, because now she has to recover. So they're going to be with me until she's fully recovered before they can head back to St. Thomas. So they'll be here for a while. So some of my videos will be silent in the beginning, and I'll try to add a voiceover on some of them in the end, because I love our IMs and our messages. So I will try to do that as much as possible. If you see a video that doesn't have one of those, understand I am taking care of 2 people, and appreciate you all very much. Never, ever, 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 ever stop rising. Remember, life is precious. Even with all of this, My heart is at peace. I think and I believe I was built for stuff like this. Yes, you get sad and you will cry, but I have a strong feeling that I was born for stuff like this, because through all of this, I have stayed centered. I pray. I actually get a chance to meditate for the first time since they've been here. I got to do exercise since they've been here, and I haven't done much because I'm up and down. I live 45 minutes away from the hospital, so I try to drive him there every day to, give him a little peace so he can at least see his wife, even though he cannot talk to her right now. But this is what is going on, and I want you all to just keep me in your prayers and lift me up, because I need it more than ever. After my stepmom comes around, I don't know how my dad is going to, function. So that's why even after this thing, I will see how things function. Maybe she'll need to get help when she get down there. Maybe hire somebody to help her with him and stuff like that. But so far, he can still drive. He still knows where he's going when he's in St. Thomas. It's just that he forgets to eat, the simple little things, and then he'll ask you stuff more than once. But this is my life, and I'm still happy. I'm still blessed. I have a lot of joy. I look tired. I have bags under my eyes. But you know what? For the price of the happiness, I will take the bags any day. And I thank God every day that He gave me this inner strength to be strong, and I am there to lift them up and fall. I think all the struggles I went through when I was a teenager, from house to house, hungry, thumb in a ride, angry, mad, sad, bad thoughts, all these things, I think those are the things God was preparing me for all along. Because I went through it with my mom, and now it is my stepmom's turn. So I think all of this created a fabric that is strong. I'm not telling you I don't get weak. I do get weak. But I'm saying when crisis, for some reason, that's when I function. I can talk to the doctor. I can get the information. I can execute. I can do this without pressure. Like when they say we need to go to the emergency room, and I had to explain to my dad started crying. I said, we're going to be okay. We will be okay. I took my time. I get there, talk to them while we drive. There is a gift in me that I have always known, but now it is showing more. It is actually revealing itself. So I'm saying this for you watching this video, you have gifts, and you need to keep just letting them flow so you can get stronger. Remember, I love you all dearly. Pray for my stepmom and my dad, and I will see you in the next video. Do not dim your light for another. Shine bright like the stars out there, and let others see the light that it can guide them to their destiny. Love you all. I'm going outside. I'll see you all soon.